Hi, it's Melissa, and today I'm going to be doing a read-through of the Bad Science Jokes book, Jokes for All Kinds of Scientists. It is a required reading material in most, if not none, of colleges across the country. Let's flip to the first page. Let's go through, starting from the beginning. So as you can tell, the table of contents is only 3 different paragraphs. This book is split into middle school, high school, and scientist levels. So obviously, let's start at middle school, since you all need the help anyway. For the first joke, here you are. What is up? Space. 2 scientists got in a fight. Let me at 'em, they yelled. Where does bad light end up? In a prism. Excuse me. Why don't you take these bad science jokes and bury 'em? I hired a man to do 8 odd jobs for me. When I got back, he'd only done jobs 1, 3, 5, and 7. You know what really brings me down? Gravity. I tell chemistry jokes periodically. Oxygen and magnesium went on a date. OMG. Which element is related to you? Bromine. Isn't gold awesome? Why did the math teacher keep a ruler under his pillow? To see how long he could sleep. Biology grows on you. Now let's skip a few pages ahead. Let's just make sure we are getting all of the material. You know what is odd? Numbers not divisible by 2. Math teachers, call retirement the aftermath. I learned about the colon through the process of elimination. One of my favorites here on page 31. Thank you for explaining the word many to me. It means a lot. Let's skip forward now to the high school level of the book. Let me double check what chapter we are on here. It is a fairly big chapter, the first one. I do recommend, class, that you go through it all. Study all of the material, please. We only are going to go through half of this together, and then the rest must be on your own time. If anybody can find the next chapter for me, I'll go through the table of contents here. Alright, starts here on 54. Okay. 54, here we go. It's actually 55, I guess. Whoever proofreaded this book didn't do a very good job. I believe her name is Melissa Miller who proofreaded it. So, there you have it. A Roman walks into a bar, holds up 2 fingers and says, 5 beers, please. Let's skip over this one, a little controversial there. Graphing is where I draw the line. Someone called me average. How mean. Do you have 11 protons? Because you are sodium fine. These physics jokes are so bad, it hurts. Actually, alcohol is a solution. There is a fine line between a numerator and a denominator. I do believe this is the joke that got the author of Bad Science Jokes internet famous, as they would call, as it was trending. Einstein developed a theory about space, and you know, it was about time too. Arteries hold a special place in my heart. What do plants do when another one of their plant friends is sad? Photosympathize. Color is a pigment of your imagination. Deaf mathematicians communicate through sign language. Telling your geography teacher to get lost isn't the insult you were going for. Trying to find ones that aren't going to go over your head, unlike clouds. What do you call an acid with an attitude? Amino acid. Old mathematicians never die. They just lose some of their functions. The geologists were depressed because they were being taken for granted. Teachers who take class attendance are absent-minded. The concept of soap is pretty basic. One day on Mercury lasts approximately 1,408 hours. That's the same amount of hours as a Monday on planet Earth. All right, now we have gotten into the scientist level of the book, so that will be beginning on 114. Please turn your books to that page if you have not been keeping up. How many theoretical physicists specializing in general relativity does it take to change a light bulb? 2. 1 to hold the bulb and 1 to rotate the universe. There is a sign in Munich that says Heisenberg might have slept here. This one's a little bit longer. A chemist, a physicist, and a biologist go to the beach. The physicist is intrigued by the waves, walks into the ocean to examine them, and drowns. The biologist, intrigued by the various forms of life, walks into the ocean to study them, and drowns. The chemist, sitting on the beach with a lab notebook, and writes, "Biologists and physicists are soluble in water." An electron is driving down a motorway and a policeman pulls him over. The policeman says, "Sir, do you realize you were traveling at 130 kilometers per hour? The electron goes, "Oh, great! Now I'm lost." Schrodinger's cat walks into a bar and doesn't. Here's a good one, page 129. What do you get when you cross a joke with a rhetorical question? Calculus and alcohol do not mix. Don't drink and arrive. What's the difference between a dog and a marine biologist? One wags a tail and the other tags a whale. Why did the chemist's pants keep falling down? He had no acetol. I believe that is a good place to stop. Remember to read the rest of your Bad Science Jokes, Jokes for All Kinds of Scientists book on your own time. If you do not have a copy of this book, please check in the description because you will need it for the test. The test will be announced at a later date. And from Bad Science Jokes and myself, keep on sciencing.